Well, Kaitlyn and I have known each other since we were 16. We grew up in a very small town, similar. And then she left to Montana for school. And during that time, she was in a really bad relationship in Montana. So I was like, okay, let me help you. I got us a 2-bedroom apartment to get her out of that relationship because it was a very abusive one. And I told her, I'll pay for the down payment, I'll pay for rent until you get yourself on your feet. And then because luckily I knew what I wanted and I started my career very young, so I made a little bit more money. I said, I'll pay utilities, you just pay half the rent. And then after a year, I moved in with a boyfriend at that time. She moved in with a boyfriend. And about a year and a half, she broke up with her boyfriend and I had to move in again. So then we found this place that again was a little bit out of...
Where you signed a lease?
Yes, we signed a lease to this place, but I offered to help her financially again. Anything we did, I paid for, which 100% was out of pure love and never expect that money back. She graduated to leveled up to LPN, so she started making more money. So then I asked her to start paying a little bit more. And during that time, for the past year and a half, I decided I wanted a house, which we've talked about many, many times. I talked to her about it, I showed her where it was from the moment I looked at it, and I was like, this is what I'm thinking. Hopefully they accept this offer. They did, and so I told her she had a couple options. She could sign me off the lease and I'll find someone to replace me. She could sign me off the lease, she could find someone. We could break the lease, we both can move to separate places, or we could break the lease and she can move in with me. She made her decision that she wanted to break the lease and move in with me. And she told me that financially she couldn't afford to pay me the full rent of my new place and the break fee lease. So I said initially, I'll help you out, I'll discount the rent the first half. So altogether it would be $1,500. And during that time, she got a lip injection. Then she got scheduled a $10,000 boob job. And so it felt like a slap in the face saying that she couldn't actually pay me the full amount financially. And I let it slide because, you know, we're just really good friends for a long time and I care deeply about her.
But here's the issue for us. There came a point in time when you paid the full amount of the early termination fee. But that's because you wanted out of the lease originally, am I correct?
Yes.
She agreed because she probably couldn't afford to pay the entire rent, so she was coming to you.
Yes.
And then she changed her mind.
Yes.
And you want to hold her now responsible for changing her mind and going back to the...
yes, because I also gave her options.
Now, tell us, are you disputing anything that the plaintiff has said?
Thank you. So originally, I was only told probably like 2 weeks before her 30-day notice that she was looking at this house and put in her, offer. And as soon as it got accepted, it was the first house she'd been accepted on. So I was looking suddenly at either living with a completely new person who, I wouldn't know and might have issues with, or going with her, who we were friends, had, a long time living together, but I'd be looking at commuting, 3 hours there
Eventually,
and back.
you paid her $1,650, am I correct?
Yes.
Why did you do that?